Well, from the Senate to the House, the ability of the U.S. to respond to this ongoing conflict remains limited without a Speaker of the House. Just yesterday, Republicans nominated Congressman Steve Scalise to be the next Speaker. And while he did receive the most votes within the party, he still does not have enough Republican support to be elected by the full chamber. Correspondent Joe Khalil is live for us in Washington. Joe, several Republicans say they will not back him without concessions.
Yeah, that's true, Nichole. So we've got a party that is very clearly divided right now. And as I'm talking to you, House Republicans are behind closed doors in a meeting here inside the Capitol building where they're trying to iron out some of those differences, with the hope being they can stay in there and hash it out. And by the time they're done, they can coalesce and unite around one person, whether it's Steve Scalise or someone else who they can have confidence has 217 votes to become the next Speaker of the House. But right now, I got to tell you, Nichole, they are nowhere near that point. You just mentioned Steve Scalise got a majority of Republicans yesterday to vote for him. That means he is technically the Republican Party's nominee from the House to become Speaker, but he doesn't have anywhere near 217. There are at least 24 Republicans who've said they're not going to vote for him for a number of different reasons, whether it be rules changes he was not in favor of, they wanted to see, whether it's his willingness to work with Democrats or other things. For whatever reason, you've got this group that says they're just not sure. They are not sold yet on Steve Scalise. And until somebody, he or an alternative, can unite 217 Republicans, we are going to be in this pattern where we simply don't have a Speaker and the House is still paralyzed to do anything, let alone handle the Israel question that you just posed to us, Nichole. I talked to a number of members of Congress as they were walking into that closed-door meeting. Just want to give you a quick sense of one. This is Byron Donalds. He described the situation as it is right now.
Do you think by the end of the day you might have somebody with 217 votes?
It's not clear yet. I think so. I hope so. Let me put it that way. I hope so. Oh, shoot. Oh, hi, everybody. Listen, I told Steve if we go to the floor, I would vote for him. But it's just not clear right now.
So he said at the beginning there, I think so, I hope so, maybe. I think that's a good, summary there of where a lot of Republicans are. There's a lot of uncertainty as they enter that room right now. Again, they are still there trying to figure these differences out, Nichole. And it's not just the Israel question right now. We're also talking about potentially Ukraine funding. Let's remember that on November 17th, the government runs out of money, and we're going to be at a shutdown unless Congress passes bills to fund the government, which they simply cannot do right now. So it is a mess. There's really no way around it. And we're going to see by the end of that meeting if Republicans make any headway in terms of coalescing around one person. A number of Republicans I talked to today on camera and off camera tell me they don't think it's going to happen today.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.